It amazes me how Donald Trump continues to have so much incredibly destructive support. But during his speech in California, he gave a speech to law enforcement officers if he gets reelected to shoot people who shoplift. Take a look at this.
And we will immediately stop all of the pillaging and theft. Very simply, if you rob a store, you can fully expect to be shot as you are leaving that store. Shot. And everything will immediately stop. You won't have any more of that. And you know our law enforcement is great, but they're not allowed to do anything. They're told to stand by, stand back, don't touch, don't touch. They watch hundreds of kids walk out with television sets, and if they do anything, they lose their family, they lose their house, they lose their pension, they get fired. We have the greatest law enforcement in the world. They know exactly what to do, but they're not allowed to do it by incompetent politicians. The word that they shoot you will get out within minutes, and our nation in one day will be an entirely different place. So, there must be retribution for theft and destruction and the ruination of our country.
Make no mistake as to what he is saying. Donald Trump wants police officers to shoot, literally murder shoplifters. All this is stemming, of course, from the recent situation we had with with kids actually breaking into stores in the dead of night, stealing things. I saw one that someone actually posted an Instagram video on. Now, mind you, I'm not going to back for those who do that. They get caught, they get arrested, they go to jail. Plain and simple. But when you tell law enforcement officers to literally shoot them because they stole a TV or they stole whatever they steal in the stores, when you tell cops to shoot people whose only crime was, I stole a TV, I stole a candy bar, I stole this or that or the other, that goes from law enforcement to premeditated murder. I'm not surprised that Donald Trump is acting like this. This is who he is. This is what he does. And I don't know what's more frightening, the fact that Donald Trump is actually saying this, or the fact that you hear the crowd of people in the event cheering, screaming as loud as they can, chanting Trump, 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 Trump. I don't know what's more scarier. So for the law enforcement officers, now you know me by now. I mentioned that I've worked around law enforcement officers most of my employed life. I still do to this day. I won't go into detail, but where I have worked, and I still work with some of the best law enforcement officers in the country. Some of the very best, because they know the job. They know what they're supposed to do and why they're doing it. But to all those out there in this country, I ask of you, I plead with you, I beg you, do not listen to what Donald Trump just said. Do not do what Donald Trump just said. Not because you'll end up probably facing charges of murder. It goes way beyond that. And I've said that a bunch of times. But because if you do this, if you do that, if you do what Donald Trump says, you not only will lose your jobs, you might be going to jail, and more importantly, you will damage the credibility of law enforcement officers everywhere. Every time I hear someone say one bad apple, well, it doesn't make the whole rest of us bad, that's wrong. One bad apple, one bad police officer, depending on what he does, and not to mention why he does it, makes all of us look bad. Damages our credibility. No one will take police officers seriously when they're following the orders of a sociopathic terrorist like Donald Trump. So what? I steal a candy bar. You're going to kill me for it? So what? I break in and steal a TV. You're going to murder me for it? But before I finish off this video, I want to reiterate about that last sentence in Donald Trump's speech.
There must be retribution for theft and destruction and the ruination of our country.
There must be retribution for theft, ruination, and the destruction of our country. You say these words, and yet you haven't faced any kind of, as you say, Trump, retribution for this.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Cruiser 50, it does look like we're going to have an ad hoc march stepping off here. There's a crowd surge heading east.
We love Trump! We love Trump! Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I will tell you right now.
Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not the fraudulent or inaccurate ones which they were asked to previously certify. U.S. demands the truth. Bring out Pence. Bring out Pence. Bring out Pence.
We need an area for the House members. They're all walking over now through the tunnels. We're trying to hold the upper deck. We are trying to hold the upper deck now. We need to hold the doors of the Capitol. I need court support.
Cruiser 50, be advised that Capitol Police is going to start moving their resources inside. They're going to start the M4 officers first.
In fact, officers still remaining on the House floor, on the third floor, to use the subway themselves. It's time to evacuate so we can secure the members on the other side. Copy.
It's up to us people now, the American people.
What are you ready to do?
One more time.
What are you ready to do?
And whatever it takes, I'll lay my life down if it takes.
Absolutely.
That's why we showed up today.
Hey! We're coming in if you don't bring her out! Fuck you, you son of a bitch! You back up! I have myself on back. Don't even try.
Get him out! Get him out! Officers down! Get him up! Get him up! Get him up! Hold up! Get him up!
Changing some of that left turn door for backup.
People. These were great people. The crowd was unbelievable, and I mentioned the word love. The love in the air. I've never seen anything like it.
You supported an attack on the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021, because you thought it would help you stay into office. You have right now, you're about to face trial for it. The retribution will come when your ass is convicted. You ever heard the old saying, don't throw stones in a glass house? Donald Trump threw a huge stone with that statement. There must be retribution for theft and ruination of our country, yet you have said over and over again during your campaign that if I'm reelected, I'm going to get everyone who is convicted for January 6th out of prison. You don't believe in the rule of law, Trump. You believe in the rule of yourself. So here's the facts. I plead to my law enforcement brothers out there. Do not do what Donald Trump is saying to do, because you're going to get yourselves, at the very least, fired, and at the very worst, imprisoned. Your job is to follow the law of the country, the laws of your city, the laws of your county, and the laws of the United States of America, not the personal vigilante law of Donald Trump. Do as he says, and you will go to prison. Now, I'm not saying handle these guys with kid gloves. They broke the law, locked their asses up. But you go out there with guns blazing against people who did something like steal a TV or steal an iPhone. Because I saw footage of people breaking into a Apple store in this country. I forget where. But you do what Trump tells you. You're in for a lawsuit at best and prison at worst. Donald Trump has already ruined so many lives for the wrong reasons. Don't let him ruin yours for the wrong reasons. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.